as a Christian, as a person who goes to FCBC, what kind of interaction have you been with the community of Chinatown?
Well, what I do, like, I only like mostly help tutor kids at CSC. Yeah, and I come to church on weekends.
Okay, what do you believe FCBC should be doing in the community?
I'm just thinking more outreach programs.
What type of response have you seen from the community because you guys reach out?
Well, there's definitely a lot more younger kids at church because of the outreach programs. Like we had a luau recently, and then they have family fairs. So then that definitely brings more kids to church. Yeah. So.
How long have you been a Christian?
I've been a Christian since 3rd grade.
What has your interaction been with this community in Chinatown?
What has my interaction been with this community? Okay, so I work with Rock Ministry, and it's a ministry primarily geared towards just the youth in Chinatown. A lot of them come on Friday nights, and not really having a place to go, not really have anything to do. A lot of them come from like low-income housing and poor families, and a lot of them sit at home and do nothing. And so instead of going out and making havoc in the streets, like our ministry is like we open our doors every week, and they come and play ball and have fun, and we provide a program for them on Friday nights, and it's cool. It's a really good opportunity. It's like 90% or higher of non-believers from this community, and I think it's a really awesome opportunity for us to interact with the community as well as the youth. So.
Very good. So what do you believe FCBC should be doing for the community or in the community? Is it a priority?
Is it a priority? Yes, hands down. Yes. I think it's our responsibility as believers in Christ to be the light of the world, and to go into our Jerusalem and our Judea and our Samaria. And these guys have been in our back door for so long, and I think a lot of people, if you really ask people around the community, they'll probably get some mixed feelings in terms of what people feel about our church, whether it's we're taking over their land, or whether we are making a positive impact. It's probably very mixed between those two. But I think us as a body, it's our responsibility to love those that are around us, and it's our responsibility to be Jesus essentially to other people, and to really shine the light of Christ to others. So if you're gonna ask, I think the families as a whole, I'm not sure. I think if you're talking about there's not that many events that go on that our church actually does interact with the community. I definitely, the main thing that I can think about is family fare, and I'm not sure about the type of responses that people would generally give in terms of my interactions with in my own personal stuff, and in the ministries I've served with. I think the reaction is they definitely especially the youth that we work with anyway. I can only vouch on their behalf, but a lot of them really feel that church is a safe place to be. It's a safe environment. They can get away from all the stuff that's going on at home. A lot of these kids, some of my kids, they are like I said before, they're poor income, broken families for sure. They a lot of them are low income. Some of them, I know some of my kids who have to think about don't even know where the next meal is coming from sometimes. And I think being in church with their doors open, I think they know who's here. They know who's always here. They know who they can interact with. They know how can the FCBC improve its relationship with the community. I think that most of the community probably has an understanding of who we are as just being a church, and because of our church dynamics, where a lot of people come into our church from other cities and other surroundings and stuff like that, and we're not really that connected with the local Chinatown community. There's been a large surge of local Chinatown and community youth kids as of recent, but there's not that many people families who live in the area. And I think that that in itself obviously makes things very difficult for for families to connect to families, you know, and for especially because there's 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 language barrier and stuff too. Like a lot of people come straight from China or from Hong Kong, and they don't speak a lick of English, and it's really that gap is very difficult as well. But I think like for those who are who are like bilingual, or those who are in the community, and I mean, I don't even think it takes a bilingual person to be able to show someone love. I think love is the universal love language, and I think that to be able to show God's love to other people, it takes action. Just simply takes action. It simply takes you like a person loving upon another person. Like if you go to other countries and do on mission fields, which our church is huge on, people will feel loved when you go to them and love them. Like they always will. They will always experience love. And I think that even in our backyard, that can happen. I think that if more of an effort was made, I think there are certain ministries within the church, especially like Chinese speaking, they do like visitations, and they do like visit individual homes, and they visit people in the hospital and all that stuff like that. And I think that that's an awesome start. I think just the rest of the body has to get on board with what everybody else is doing, and I think that that would definitely be a very huge impact that we probably could make. So.